Everybody, guess what? We're live. I have Gavin, sorry, and Caleb with us, brothers who play volleyball, which I think is so exciting. We always talk about football. Football is just around the corner. Now we're going to talk about volleyball today, and we don't really see many guys talking about volleyball. How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Tell me how you guys got involved in this sport.
So I was the first one because I'm 2 years older. So when I was I've tried every sport imaginable, basketball, baseball, soccer, horseback riding, even. But when I was about 8, I asked my mother one day if I could play volleyball. And then I got signed up for a rec league, fell in love with it, and here we are today.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. You guys have been playing volleyball, USA Volleyball, for a while. You both were ranked as #1 athletes. How did that feel?
It was actually the day that I saw that I was number one. I jumped around in our basement for 10 minutes. Had the time of my life. I was so happy, and then I ran upstairs to go tell my mom.
Was there a special meal, a celebration that day for that?
I mean, a lot of my dad always makes dinner and stuff, so it's not really a special day, but it's still we still basically celebrate it as a family.
Right. You guys just competed in a competition in Alabama. Tell us about that.
So that was the USA Volleyball Junior National Championships. And we went and played in a bid qualifier down in Gulf Shores that we both won, which is basically our ticket to enter into that tournament. And so when we went down there, played in the national championships, I was in the 16U division, he was in the 14U division. And then we played for 3 days, and the third day was tournament play. I think we both went undefeated the entire weekend, and we came out national champions. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So what was that like? Well, I gotta know. So how do you train for sand volleyball when, we have a great area here, but there's not a lot of sand available?
So we have to pretty much import all of our sand and all of our courts. We have probably 6, maybe 7 in the area. But the courts we do have are very nice, and they're just imported sand and built especially for this.
And so what's it like training on the sand as opposed to playing volleyball in a gym? What is the difference?
Sand is a lot harder to move in. It's a lot harder to jump, and sometimes you'll slip, or what we call it, the sand monster. You just don't leave the ground whenever you jump, and so and it doesn't hurt to dive, or it's not hard wood. You can basically put yourself on the line and just lay out for a ball, and it won't. You can just get right up.
Yeah.
It's just,
So are there any, you mentioned that there are 6 courts. Are there any courts close to Williamson County that you guys use in practice?
so a couple churches in the area have sand courts, like Holy Family Catholic Church has sand courts. But in Williamson County, I think there a park. Um, Granny White Park has some sand courts as well. So those are really the courts in the area that we use.
Tell me, what is the most important quality you think a sand volleyball player needs?
I'd say resilience, mental toughness, because we play in all kinds of conditions. We play in heat, we play in cold weather, humidity. Pretty much the only time we don't play is if there's a thunderstorm outside. So we play in all kinds of conditions, and it's really about who can survive the longest and who is able to stick it out and play their hardest till the end.
Yeah. So how do you manage that now that school's about to start and your practices? How does that work for you?
Um, it's it's fortunate. I kind of like it that school's online because it kind of gives us a little more flexibility. Like if we have a break or something, because Gavin now can drive, we can just drive down to Holy Family's beach volleyball courts and go practice. And it's great that we can just go 10 minutes away and go practice.
Yeah.
So
How is it being brothers and both being in the same sport? Are you guys very competitive with each other, or is it helpful that you can have each other to practice with?
Well, we don't really. We're on different teams in different age groups. We don't really see each other that often in competition forums. We go to the same practice with our club, C2 Attack, but beyond that, we don't really face each other in competition that often.
But you have a built-in practice partner if you need some practice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You also work with the Ravenwood High School girls volleyball team. Tell us what you do for them.
So this is my third year with Ravenwood, and it's kind of a bit of everything. Our official role is managing, but it really encompasses everything. We set up the gyms, make sure games are running correctly. We play and practice. We do some coaching, take statistics, analysis, really anything they need us to do there, just to help out the program.
And so you like being a part of that in kind of a different role, not as a player, but as someone who's kind of coaching and mentoring.
Yes, ma'am.
What's next for you guys? When you leave high school, what would you like to do? Would you want to continue to play volleyball?
I know at least for me, I'd like to play at the collegiate level. That's always been a dream of mine. And so, yeah, that's really our next steps. We're going to have to play indoor in college because there's not men's beach yet. But their men's collegiate indoor is growing really, really quickly. So that's fortunate for us.
Yeah. Well, it's good to check in with you guys and learn more about this. And who knew that there was sand available? I didn't even know there were 6 courts. When you said that, I'm like, there's 6 courts? Who knew?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you guys have a great season. Have a good school year, and we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.